Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me for this virtual presentation of our course for next September. My name's Ian McGarvey. I'm the Programme Manager for Humanities and Performing Arts. I'll also be joined by Dean Allen, who is the lead tutor for drama, who's going to talk to you about our drama offer. So we're going to cover all aspects of music, drama, dance and exercise, and at the end we'll tell you what the next steps should be. In drama, for example, you may need an audition for a course, and we'll also be telling you how our delivery mode may be in September, whether it's online, whether it's on site, or whether it's a kind of blended approach. This afternoon I'm being assisted by my colleague Chrissy, who is staffing our chat room. So during the presentation, if you have any questions, you can pop them into the chat box. And they will answer, and she will answer them as we go along. And at the end, Dean and I will also be taking additional questions if you have any. So we're going to go through our programme now. When we get to the drama, Dean will explain what the courses are about. We'll also look a little bit about our facilities, you know, here in Richmond. We have very modern new facilities in drama and use them for music as well. So just going some outlines of some of the courses we run. Our tutors, you know, are very experienced. Many have been with us for many years. A lot of our jazz tutors are practicing musicians. They perform in concerts on a regular basis. Our drama students are performers, so a lot of our tutors are you know, very engaged in both teaching and professional practice. I've put a little link up there. You can have a look at our jazz school teachers, and some of them are very renowned in their fields and have, you know, have big followings outside college. Our learners, you know, engage in our learning for many different reasons. Some of our jazz students have been here many years, and many of our drama students progress on to very good universities and drama schools, both here and abroad. And again, Dean will talk to you a little bit about that later on. I'm also going to talk a little bit about our wellbeing provision across the area in drama, music, exercise. Our meditation classes have been very popular during the lockdown period, so we're hoping to, you know, expand that area as well. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And finally, Dean and we'll also talk a little bit about our events. I mean, we have a range of different events. A lot of our jazz and drama and singing students perform concerts at the end of the course in the theatre, and also drama for performances. So we encourage our students to, you know, to get involved in a public performance, and again, you know, we can talk a little bit about that later. Dean will give you some examples of what they've done in drama quite recently. Okay, now the jazz school, I'm putting this online provision on here. We have a large range of provision in jazz. You can also refer to the website for some of the other courses, which we're not 100% sure that we can put them on at the moment. In September, we're hoping we can. But these courses will run online, and we've trialled these out with tutors over the last term, and they've been very successful. So we've got the range of different genres in jazz: guitar, singing courses and more students sort of playing together. Some of the big ensemble and big band courses we found quite difficult because of the restrictions that we all understand. We also have a Wednesday provision with a tutor called Julian Costello, so the jazz workshops have been working successfully this term. So we've gained a lot of experience of delivery online. Finally, down at the bottom, we have a full course, which is a Friday course with a tutor called Dave Jones, and that runs all year. And again, that's been running online this year. I must note we do hope to come back, and hopefully, you know, some of these courses can run on site, and some can hopefully all return as soon as possible. Now, the second area of music is our singing courses. Unfortunately, our big choirs are not able to function at the moment, but we have a couple of singing courses that are running. Please note that, you know, the solo singing is a very small group. That's why it's much more expensive. But we can answer any specific questions about these later. We have beginners courses in guitar and piano, and they would then, in term 2, you would progress on to the next levels. And we have about 4 levels in piano and 2 and hopefully 3 levels in guitar. We have a couple of a music appreciation course which is coming back with Janet Oates, who runs the choirs, and also we run a music tech course which is run by a tutor called Nico, and he's very techy with online delivery, and this is a Logic Pro course where you can learn mixing and etc. Our dance provision has been affected by the lockdown, and we are hoping to try and get something together, but it is quite difficult at the moment. But you know, we are trying to monitor the situation as and when it sort of develops. But this is the provision we have, and if it doesn't run in term 1, we're hoping, of course, to come back to full opening in January. I'm sure no one knows the future, but hopefully, you know, we'll be in a position to offer some of this provision at that point. Exercise, we are running some online provision at the moment. We have halfway down, you'll see Pilates has been very successful with a tutor called Elena Knight. We're getting some very good feedback from students who are enjoying the experience of doing Pilates, and we're doing some yoga courses as well. If you look at the top, these are also courses that we run, specialised exercise courses, and again, we're monitoring the situation closely in respect to whether we can run these programs. Unfortunately, they didn't run in the Easter term, but we are monitoring these closely and hope, you know, that eventually we can provide. Our Tai Chi classes are incredibly popular, and you know, we're hoping to get that back together. Okay, finally for me, we in our area we specialise in providing for wellbeing provision, and we run a lot of specific programs in this area. If you want some individual feedback or advice or anything, I'm delighted to sort of answer some questions for you, either in this forum or through email contacts, which I'll give you at the end. So again, we've got music and drama and other provision directed at you know, personal development, and also for this you know, wellbeing provision. Now I'd like to hand over to Dean now, who is the lead tutor. So he'll talk about our acting provision, and particularly he's going to talk to you about the foundation programme. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, certainly. I was going to talk about the drama courses that we run at college. Starting with at the entry level, really. Obviously, Ian was saying about drama for confidence. That course came out of the Wellbeing project, and is really for people who are quite nervous about drama but would enjoy learning more about it. It's a very sort of supportive environment, and what we try to do in nearly all the courses is we actually build towards some kind of performance, because that gives focus to the courses and it's fun. So beyond that, we have an evening course called Budding Actors, which you will look at the very basics of performance, of drama, of physical theatre, of generally having fun, improvising, even creating work from improvised scripts and things like this. And the idea is that you can actually do that course more than once, or you could progress on to what we're calling the New Richmond Actors, which is, of course, for people that have done the Budding Actors course but want to get together and create some performances. And that runs on Tuesdays. Again, the proviso, as Ian was saying, is this is in an ideal world. We're not absolutely sure at the moment what we're running, but we're aiming to do this. We've also got a course called Drama for Retirement. That's for everybody, but as the title suggests, that may be suitable for older learners if they want to join in and create a piece of work. I'll talk about foundation acting in a moment, but if Ian put the nice slide up of the theatre, that would be great. Nice. While he's doing that, we're very lucky. As you can see from this, we have our own theatre space, which is very versatile. And you can see in the picture on the left there, the seats are actually away, so we've got a very we can turn it into a theatre in the round, like the Orange Tree Theatre, or we can actually bring the seats in and have a sort of more traditional proscenium arch theatre, as you've got in the other photo on the right. And the theatre's multi-purpose and used by lots of students in different ways. There is a regular jazz concert twice a term on a Saturday night, and that combines the jazz musicians with the jazz singers, and often people are in a very spirit of jazz paired up so that they can actually just have a 2-second rehearsal and then go on and do it. So and then there's also big bands which work very, very hard in order to produce pieces for it. It's a very joyful event. We do performances, which I'll talk about in a moment. All of the courses that I've talked about are able to perform in the theatre. So we will be aiming to have the performances with friends invited there. So I'm going to talk about now the course, the Foundation Acting course, which we've revamped recently. I put down here Lena and Mina, this course. It's the aim of the Foundation Acting is to give you the basic skills that you will need for performance, and the skills you'll need if you're intent on becoming an actor. So to get on to the course, we ask you to prepare two short audition speeches and perform them to a tutor. And then we have a chat about your ambitions, your aims, and whether the course is right for you. And what we've done is we've separated the course. It used to be one year-long course, but now we've separated it into 3 shorter courses. But they're still connected. In order to achieve the full certificate, you will need to do each one of the courses, but that doesn't necessarily have to be in the same academic year. So there might be a way of actually doing one year and then one the next year if you couldn't continue with a full course. And we've called these, term 1 is called Developing Skills for Performance. In the spring term, term 2 will be Prepare and Perform. And in the summer term, it's Screen Acting. All the courses run for about 7 hours. These courses run for 7 hours in the theatre on a Tuesday. On Developing Skills for Performance, we'll help you find out what you need to be an actor, recognise what you need to work on, learn some skills that you will need, and learn how to do this safely by using your voice and your body correctly. Yes, we will give you 2 audition speeches that we think that will work for you, and you will also learn the skills of acting with another actor in a scene. Now, at the end of the term, there will be a showcase in the theatre, which will be filmed. And what we try to do throughout the 3 courses is build up your portfolio, your show reel, so that you can then show that to agents or other professionals that are interested. Second term, which will be the spring term, is called Prepare for Performance. Now here we're going to look at rehearsing and performing a play, and what we tend to do is use a miniaturized version of a classic play, cut down to about an hour and a half, about in half generally. And recently, I don't know, Ian, if you've got that nice slide with the posters. We've done a range of performances, from Chekhov's Three Sisters to Werton Timberlake. Oh, the name's gone out of my head. The Writer of Our Country is Good. It's a flexible piece. We've also done a couple of Shakespeare's. We've done Twelfth Night, Romeo and Juliet. So you get a full feel of what it's like to be an actor, and how rehearsal can actually improve your performance, and what you should be working on, what you shouldn't be working on, and how you should be behaving in rehearsal, and what produces the best result. Term 3, we focus on screen acting, and we'll help you recognise what's different about the screen acting. What's you know, it seems like it's the same thing. It's quite different, and there's a lot of technicalities in screen acting which you need to be aware of before you get onto set. You will take part in short films, and you would be able to again use these. We will record these for you, and you can use that to create your show reel as well. For example, one thing that might not have occurred to you is that you need to vary the level of your voice to accommodate where the microphone is. And if the camera is very close to you, you need to speak very close. You need to speak quite slowly and clearly, but without much volume. And if it's further away, you can use more volume. It sounds good, and we'll look at why that works on the course. Yes, there'll be a film premiere at the end of that term, and your work will be showcased there. So just a bit of more general stuff. Recently, students from not only from Foundation Acting, one student has got from budding actors, went straight into the drama school called Rose Bruford. We're very pleased. This is John, who's one of our present students at the moment, and he's very much enjoyed the course, as you can see there. And we do try, as John said, we do try to actually, you know, both of the lecturers, or all the lecturers on the course, have taught professionally and worked professionally in the business. So we've had some students recently get places at the Stella Adler Academy of Acting in New York, and we're very thrilled about that. Also, quite a few students go from us to the Ian Drama Studio, London, which is shorter courses, like 1 year course. And a few more notes. Anything else? And students often have gone on to universities such as Roehampton University and St Mary's University. And you know, if you work very hard and you prepared to put the hours in, you might end up like our most famous alumni, which was Tom Hardy, who was on the course in 2004. But again, all of what I've said, I have to just make the proviso. I hope we're going to be able to present that next year. I don't know, Ian, if there's anything else you want to add, or shall we move on?
We haven't had any questions yet. We do have attendees in at the moment, so we'll
Okay.
if we're awaiting questions, we'll give it a few more moments to see if they do have anything to ask.
Do you want me to finish this off as just to go through the last two, the contact details? Are you going to put me back? Am I live now?
Yes, you're live now.
Okay. Just a final few points before we conclude, and you can ask questions. We are just reiterating that we're putting safety of our learners and staff first, and we are ensuring that you know, the building where students are attending is safe and people feel comfortable being there. So we've got a few guidelines you can see there about how we're addressing these issues. And finally, at the end of the presentation, it's Rosen. Right, okay. Next steps. So if you many of our programs you can enroll online. You can just go onto the website and search and find the courses which we put up here, and you can enroll very quickly online. If you want any more information or speak to me and Dean, you can email on the email, which is our department email. It says art, with kind of the art department is the overriding contact, and there's some other information there to support your fees. We have a range of discounts and bursaries. You can apply for those and to help you fund your course. And finally, you can subscribe if you choose to do so for our communications from marketing. You can see there's an email address there. So finally, thank you for joining me and Dean today. I hope I've been able to give you a lot of information, and Dean provide a lot of information, and we can take questions. And again, please do contact us, and we can give you as much updates as we go along, or we can give you personal advice on choosing the right course for you. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. I think we'll give it one more minute for them to ask some questions. If not, we can finish today, but we'll give it one more moment. Thanks. Okay, Ian, I think that